Welcome back to Talk About It in English, the channel that helps you talk about real life in clear, natural English. If you don't have the work ready, don't say, "I forgot." Imagine it's Monday morning. Your boss looks at you and says, "Hey, did you finish that report?" Your stomach drops. You haven't started. The silence is getting awkward. You can feel the heat rising in your face. What do you say?
I used to just panic and say, "No, sorry, I didn't do it." I felt like a school kid in the principal's office. It was so embarrassing because it made me look completely irresponsible.
Today, we'll give you 3 professional phrases to own your mistake and sound responsible, even when you haven't done the work.
This is a situation every single one of us faces. It doesn't matter how organized you are. Sometimes, life happens. You miss a deadline. You forget to reply to an email. You don't wash the dishes when you said you would.
Exactly. The problem isn't necessarily the mistake itself. Everyone makes mistakes. The problem is the English you use to explain it.
When we are stressed, our brains default to the simplest grammar we know. So a boss asks, "Where is the file?" And your brain screams, "I forgot," or "I was busy."
And while those sentences are grammatically correct, they carry a very specific tone. "I forgot" sounds childish. It sounds like you didn't care enough to remember. And "I was busy" sounds defensive. It sounds like you are saying my other work was more important than your request.
Neither of those options is going to help you keep your job or keep your friends happy. We need language that softens the blow. We need phrases that say, "I am a responsible adult. I just made a human error."
So let's start with the first scenario. This is for when something genuinely just left your brain. You intended to do it, you wanted to do it, but it disappeared from your memory.
This happens to me with text messages all the time. I read a message, I say to myself, "I will reply in 5 minutes." And then 3 days later, I realize I never replied.
In this situation, never say "I forgot." Instead, use this phrase, "It slipped my mind."
It slipped my mind.
I love this phrase because of the image it creates. Imagine your mind is a hand holding on to a thought. The thought is slippery, like a wet bar of soap. You tried to hold it, but oops, it slipped.
That is a great way to visualize it. It shifts the blame slightly. When you say, "I forgot," it feels like you failed. When you say, "It slipped my mind," it feels like an accident happened to you. It sounds much more forgivable.
Let's look at how to use it in that text message scenario. James, imagine I am your friend. I texted you about dinner 2 days ago, and you ghosted me. Now I see you in person. "Hey James, are you mad at me? You never replied to my text."
Oh no, I am so sorry. It completely slipped my mind. I saw the message when I was driving, and then it just slipped my mind to reply later.
Perfect. It sounds honest, and it sounds like a small, harmless error.
Can we use this at work?
You can, but only for small things. If you forget a massive $1 million project, saying "it slipped my mind" might sound a bit too casual. But for small tasks, absolutely.
Like sending a calendar invite?
Exactly. "Hey, did you send that invite?"
Oh, sorry, it slipped my mind. I'll do it right now.
Notice how James added "I'll do it right now" immediately after. We will talk about that later. The recovery is just as important as the excuse.
One thing I want to point out about pronunciation here. Slipped my mind. When natives say this fast, the D in slipped almost disappears. It connects directly to the M in mind. Slipped my mind.
That helps it flow. If you try to pronounce every letter, "it, slip it, my mind," it sounds robotic. Keep it smooth. "It slipped my mind."
Okay, so that covers the oops moments. But what about the other situation? The situation where you didn't forget. You knew you had to do the task, you just didn't do it.
This is the dangerous one. This is when the boss asks for the report and you know you haven't started it.
If you say, "I forgot," you are lying. But if you say, "I didn't do it," you sound lazy.
The phrase you need here is a phrasal verb that separates intermediate learners from advanced speakers. The phrase is, "I haven't gotten around to it yet."
I haven't gotten around to it yet. This is such a useful phrase. It saves my life probably once a week.
Let's break down the meaning. To get around to something means you have a list of things to do. You are working down the list. You intend to do the task, but you haven't reached that specific item on the list yet because you have been busy with other things.
That is the key difference. It implies you are busy. I didn't do it sounds like you were sitting on the sofa watching TV. I haven't gotten around to it sounds like you were working hard on tasks A, B, and C, so you just didn't reach task D.
It frames your laziness as a prioritization issue. You aren't lazy, you are just overloaded.
Let's try this in a household scenario. This is a real one for me. My wife asked me to fix the loose handle on the bathroom door about 2 weeks ago.
And have you fixed it?
No. Every time she asks, I feel bad. If I say no, she gets annoyed. So I say, I'm sorry, I haven't gotten around to it yet. I've been so busy with work.
And that yet at the end is magical. It signals optimism. It tells the listener, it is coming, don't worry.
There is a grammar trap here, though. Students make a mistake with this phrasal verb all the time.
Yes, it is get around to doing something, not get around to do.
Right, because the to here is a preposition, not part of an infinitive verb, so you have to use the ing form.
So you would say, I haven't gotten around to answering your email.
Or, I haven't gotten around to booking the tickets.
Never, I haven't gotten around to book. That will sound wrong immediately.
Let's practice a workplace scenario. Your boss asks for a file. You are busy. You haven't done it.
Hey James, is that quarterly review ready?
Actually, I haven't gotten around to it yet. I was finishing up the monthly budget this morning.
See what he did there? He used the phrase and then immediately gave the reason why. I was finishing the budget. This validates the excuse. It proves he was working, not wasting time.
It makes you sound professional. It shows you are managing your time, even if you are a bit behind schedule.
Before we move on to the third phrase, which is the most honest one of all, if you are finding these phrases useful, please take a second to subscribe to the channel.
We are building a library of these real-life scenarios. We don't just teach you grammar rules. We teach you what to say when life gets awkward.
If you want to handle your next conversation with total confidence, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss next week's topic. It really helps us keep making these lessons for you.
Okay, let's get real. We have it slipped my mind for accidents. We have I haven't gotten around to it for when we are busy.
But what about when we are just procrastinating?
You know the feeling. You have a task, you have the time, but the task is hard or boring or scary, so you just avoid it.
You stare at your computer, you open a blank document, and then you close it and watch YouTube for an hour.
Guilty.
When someone asks you about this task, you can lie. You can use one of the first two phrases. But sometimes, especially with friends or close colleagues, it is better to be honest.
The phrase for this is, I've been putting it off.
To put off means to delay something intentionally, usually because you don't want to do it.
This phrase requires some vulnerability. You are admitting a flaw. You are saying, yes, I am avoiding this.
So why would you want to say this? Why not just lie?
Because sometimes honesty builds a stronger connection. If I tell my coworker, I haven't gotten around to it, that's a professional answer. But if I say, honestly, I've been putting it off because I'm scared of messing it up, that is a human answer.
It invites the other person to help you or sympathize with you.
Imagine you have to make a difficult phone call. Maybe you have to call a client to give them bad news.
And your colleague asks, did you call them yet?
You could say, no, I haven't gotten around to it. That's fine. But if you trust your colleague, you might say, to be honest, I've been putting it off. I'm really dreading that conversation.
Dreading is a great word there. It means anticipating with fear or unhappiness.
By admitting you are putting it off, you take the pressure off. Usually the other person will say, I totally understand. Do you want to practice what you're going to say first?
However, a warning. Do not use this with a strict boss who doesn't care about your feelings.
Definitely not. If your boss asks for the report, don't say, I've been putting it off because it looks boring. You will get fired.
Save putting it off for friends, family, and coworkers you are close with.
For example, with the dentist.
Have you made your dentist appointment? No, I've been putting it off. I hate the dentist.
That is a perfectly natural, native way to talk.
So we have our 3 excuses. It slipped my mind, I haven't gotten around to it, and I've been putting it off.
But Lily, we can't just give the excuse and stop talking. That creates an awkward silence.
You are absolutely right. If you just say, it slipped my mind, and then stare at your boss, you still look like a problem. You need the recovery.
We call this the pivot. You pivot or turn from the problem to the solution immediately.
The formula is simple. Excuse plus I will plus time.
You need to make a promise. The moment you make a promise, the other person stops worrying about the past and starts looking at the future.
Let's practice the pivot with all 3 phrases. I'll be the boss or the friend, and James, you use the pivot.
I'm ready.
Scenario 1. You forgot to email the client. James, did you send that email?
Oh, it completely slipped my mind. I will send it right now.
Excellent. You admitted the mistake, but you promised immediate action. I can't be angry at you because you are already fixing it.
Scenario 2, the report.
James, I haven't seen the Q3 report yet. Is it coming?
Sorry, I haven't gotten around to it yet because of the audit. I will get it to you by the end of the day.
Perfect. You gave a reason, and you gave me a deadline. End of the day. Now I can relax. I know when it's coming.
If he didn't give a time, I would be worried. If he just said, I haven't gotten around to it, I would think, okay, so when will you? By saying end of the day, he answers my question before I ask it.
Scenario 3, the dentist appointment.
This isn't a work deadline, but my wife is asking.
James, you said you would book the appointment a month ago.
I know. I've been putting it off. I'll call them tomorrow morning, I promise.
The promise softens the frustration.
The key here is to keep the rhythm fast. Don't leave a pause between the excuse and the promise. Connect them with but, or just start the next sentence immediately.
It slipped my mind, but I'll do it now.
I haven't gotten around to it, but I'll finish it tonight.
This structure, softener plus action plan, is the difference between sounding like a chaotic student and a composed professional.
It gives you control of the conversation. Instead of waiting for the other person to scold you or tell you what to do, you tell them what you are going to do.
Now we want to challenge you. We all make mistakes. We all forget things.
For the next 24 hours, try to catch yourself. If you forget to reply to a message, or if you are late doing a chore, do not use the words, I forgot.
It is going to be hard because I forgot is a habit, but try to replace it with, it slipped my mind.
Say it out loud. Feel how it changes the emotion of the moment. It feels lighter. It feels less heavy.
And if someone asks you about a big task you haven't started, try, I haven't gotten around to it yet. Watch their reaction. They will likely be much more understandable than if you just said no.
Learning English isn't just about vocabulary words. It's about controlling how people perceive you. These phrases give you that control.
You don't have to be perfect. You just have to know how to talk about your imperfections.
Thanks for listening, and good luck with your pivots this week.
See you in the next episode. Bye.